Is there a word of encouragement for you in Nehemiah 3? Absolutely. Gotta be careful with historical narratives. When the author just gives us historical details, you don't want to pull more out of it than the author intended. For instance, Nehemiah 3, it's a surveying of the city wall from the top to the bottom, going from one of the 12 gates to the next, telling us who repaired that section of wall. What's the moral to that story? Well, some sermons would tell you that's how to be a good leader, like Nehemiah, and you should build the wall methodically. And when you survey a construction site, do it in a circular motion, in an orderly fashion. I don't think that's the message of Nehemiah, but I do believe it is fair for us to pull out a word of encouragement from a rather difficult section of Scripture. Why would God give us the names of people who built the wall and record them in His holy book, names that would be remembered forever? Do you think that the people who built that wall, who volunteered to serve God by building a consecrated section of the town, do you think they may have been surprised and encouraged when they read their names there? What are the names that typically get recorded in any book? The famous people, the big names, the hot shots, the royalty. But not in Nehemiah 3. We see people who are doing rather unglamorous work being recorded forever. Do you think that those people whose names are enshrined in that book went, wow, God actually recognized me. He actually knows the service that I rendered to Him, and it's going to be remembered forever. Of course they did. And so should you. That is a lesson from Nehemiah 3. God sees and He remembers the work, the lowly work, as the world might see it, is indeed dear to Him because it was rendered unto Him. It was consecrated because they desired for God's city to be beautiful and protected so that He could be glorified. God recognized their labor, and God recognizes yours too. So be encouraged from Nehemiah chapter 3. Well, thank you, Carol. I can't wait to try some of that low-sodium peppermint lasagna. Sounds delicious. Let's get to the weather, shall we? As you can see, we are going to have a massive warm front moving its way up the eastern seaboard, expecting temperatures upper 90s and low 100s. Unless, of course, you're outside of Christ. Then on Judgment Day, it is going to be hot. Back to you, Carol. Not only hot, weeping, gnashing of teeth. And so thirsty, your tongue's going to be stuck to the roof of your mouth. You're just going to wish for a storm to come through, which you folks down in the south can be expecting on Wednesday.